So let me start with the underlying business, because as you can see coming through in the results, the underlying business, both operational and financially, is running really well. We set a number of production records across the business, both in iron ore and copper. Specifically in our iron ore business, second year running with record production, and we've beat inflation in terms of underlying cost increase of up only by 3% in an environment where inflation is running probably about 4% externally. And importantly, we stretched our lead in that business, and that's the flagship business for BHP. So underlying operations going well, financially in really good shape. Externally, of course, there's a bit of market volatility out there, specifically in respect of China. Steel demand under a little bit of pressure from the property sector, but other sectors performing well. And our business is continuing to run well and certainly set up to be able to deal with the external volatility.
I want to get into China and steelmaking specifically a little bit more in just a moment here, but we just came into this conversation talking about the sharp drop we've seen this year in iron ore prices. I realize you produce so much of it, and you just laid out how well that business is operating for you within BHP. The fact that your stock has sold off basically based on iron ore prices globally, is it frustrating?
Well, I wouldn't say it's frustrating. I think it's one of the things we need to expect in a cyclical commodity market. However, this is a long-term business, and what I always try to bring shareholders and others back to is the underlying operational performance of the business. We're very passionate about operational excellence, and you can see that coming through in the results, because we see that as being the single biggest value lever for the company. But in addition to that, we're building a portfolio that's set for the future. So we've got a really attractive pipeline of growth projects in potash, which is a fertilizer and is going to be an even greater demand going forward as we seek to improve yield from existing land to feed the world's growing population. And in addition to that, we're building out our portfolio of copper growth options. And BHP is one of the world's largest copper producers already. We've added about 300,000 tons per annum of copper production over the last couple of years. So 2 years running of 9% growth, forecasting 4% growth in copper in the year ahead, making us the fastest growing in absolute terms of all of the mining majors in what is such an attractive long-term commodity.